This reaction is brought to you by my $5 or more patrons at patreon.com/AlexHeitz. I'd like to thank Manchester Pictures, Identitech, Steve Aldersley, Anthony Coleman, Ray Schuster, David Dockery, Kurt David, Aubrey Coper, Andreas Glaisel, and Biff C for sponsoring this video, supporting the channel, me and my family. I hope you guys enjoy this reaction. So I have like no interesting beverages left in the house, so I'm drinking this like sparkling cider that we had a bottle of in the pantry that I bought like a year ago, and it says it's good till 2022. I'm drinking it in a mason jar glass thing. Weird times. Weird times. Hello everybody, welcome. For those of you who are new to my channel, I am Alex Heitz. I am a musician, songwriter, author, composer. I do pretty much everything except like visual art, which I'm terrible at. And I've been doing full album reactions since like September. Oh my gosh, it's like a 2-year anniversary. When was that? I started with Unknown Pleasures, Joy Division, in 2018. Let's see how long ago this was. September 29th, 2018. I'm almost to my 2-year anniversary doing reactions. And it's been a lot of fun. We've done like almost 80 albums, give or take. And so we're kind of finishing up Pink Floyd here. I've done Dark Side of the Moon, Wish You Were Here, and Animals. And now we're doing, obviously, The Wall. And I will finish this round of Pink Floyd up with Piper at the Gates of Dawn, Piper at the Dawn. I don't know, their first album. And then sometime down the road, I'll revisit Pink Floyd and do some of their other earlier albums as well. So today we're doing Pink Floyd's The Wall. Now, I debated doing this in 2 videos or 1 video, because I've done albums that are over like 2 hours or 90 minutes, and I split it into 2 videos. But, you know, this is 80 minutes. I'm just going to like buckle down and get through this thing. I'm going to try to save my commentary on these songs to be just kind of, you know, the smallest I can kind of give until the very end, because I know it's a very conceptual album, which people say I might like that aspect of it more. Some people say I'll just think of this the same as I have with other Pink Floyd stuff. It's not necessarily classified as much in the hard rock vein, is it? I don't know. I know very little about this thing other than it's like conceptual. There's like an animated movie based on it. I've heard a little bit of Comfortably Numb, which I'm not super big into. It has those prog rock chords. So I'm trying to go into this with like an open mind. I haven't been super big on some of the Floyd I've heard so far, so we'll see what this has to offer. So yeah, we're just going to buckle down, get through this thing, not in a bad way, just like there's 80 minutes of music here. And so I will not dilly-dally any longer. Let's begin. We have basically 4 sections here. Disc 1, Disc 2, and then, you know, each side. So let's begin with side 1, Disc 1, In the Flesh. I'm actually going to be referencing lyrics here, because I don't want to like kind of miss anything. I want to be able to soak in all of this, so I'm going to be referencing lyrics as I go. So So I've said before, I think it was during some of the like glam Bowie stuff I reacted to, how like I'm kind of hit and miss on glam because like sometimes like it's not sensational enough and other times it's too sensational. It really is like very subjective and hit and miss for me. Like sometimes I'll feel like glam just kind of goes like overboard and I'm just like, oh, this is like way too saccharine and sensational. I just can't vibe with it. And other times it like the concept really like kind of drives it home. Like when I was listening to Ziggy, I was like, this doesn't necessarily go too overboard here. It's actually like somewhat grounded in its concept. But then like when I listen to Queen, I'm just like, this is like too much sometimes. Because it's just kind of talking about nonsensical stories and stuff like that. So I'm interested to see how this one pans out in that way because it definitely seems sensational and kind of ridiculous and silly to a degree, but that might be part of its charm, you know? So this is allegedly a rock opera that explores Pink, a jaded rock star whose eventual self-imposed isolation from society is symbolized by a wall. I'm going to try to do my best to kind of follow this plot and these ideas as it goes. The Thin Ice. Well, so far, like, there definitely is some hard rock elements, certainly, but like the conceptualness and like there's a variety in some of the instrumentation too. It's not just like lead guitar, hard rock, blues rock kind of, riffs like I've heard from Pink Floyd in the past. Um, the concept and the variety is kind of keeping it afloat for me so far. Another Brick in the Wall, part one.
Across the ocean, got it, what you leave behind for me. All in all, it was all just bricks in the wall.
I will say I don't know if I'd say enjoying this, but I'm definitely like getting more out of this than I have with previous Pink Floyd stuff. Um, this is so far like on par with like some of the Dark Side of the Moon stuff that I had heard. Um, like I said, the variety and the concept is really kind of keeping it going for me, and it's I think the fact that these are there any long songs on here? There's a 6 minute song, Comfortably Numb. Um, I think the fact that these are all shorter tracks is really going to help me because it's going to keep it moving, which is something I didn't really get with Pink Floyd in the past, save for maybe Dark Side of the Moon, the closest thing. Because Wish You Were Here and Animals were just like giant tracks, which some people really love, but I don't think it's good. I don't think that I enjoyed that as much because of the genres. So like just splatterings of different hard rock ideas in shorter amounts with more variety. Maybe that'd be good for me. Who knows? The happiest days of our lives.
When we grew up and went to school, there were certain teachers that were carefully hidden by the kid.
I actually kind of like this so far. Um, it more so than Outside, I think, too, from Bowie. But with albums like this, it's like obviously you can't really just like go to a specific track, save for maybe like some singles, because it's like all of these flow one into the other and it's all part of a big story. So it's like just kind of watching like a scene from a movie, which like you can do, but it's like you don't really do that with music a whole lot. So like this is like a full album listen kind of thing, and I don't know how often I'll come back to this, if ever, but I'm enjoying my time with it right now, so far anyway. And like I said, the variety, it's working for me. It is working for me. Another Brick in the Wall, Part 2.
We don't need no education. Hey, teacher, leave them kids alone. All in all, it's just another brick in the wall. We don't need no education. Hey, teacher, leave us kids alone.
Wrong, do it again. That song doesn't like. I'm surprised that that's like a big song, like as like a single or like because I've kind of heard that in passing. You're like, we don't need no education. Well, like it doesn't really work well as a song outside of the album. It's like it can be generally like taken as like like a anti-rigid schooling kind of song, like Headmaster Ritual or whatever. But I don't know. It seems more potent like listening to it in the actual album. But whatever, it's fine. Is fine, mother, mama. Ooh.
Mother, do you think they'll drop the bomb? Mother, do you think they'll like the song? Mother, do you think they'll try to break my balls? Ooh, mother should have built the wall. Hush now, baby, baby, don't you cry. They'll build a wall. Baby, to be so high.
Well, there is side one. Interesting, like a kind of a folk with a little bit of rock mixed in there. Didn't like love it, but it's still quality, good stuff. So we're gonna move on. Goodbye, Blue Sky. I don't know what's happening now, but let's see.
Look, Mummy, there's no plane up in the sky.
Be the frightened ones. Did you hear the falling bombs? Ooh, the pain lingers on. Goodbye. Goodbye.
It really helps to be able to not only read the lyrics, but to like follow the plot on Wikipedia as like just a kind of general outline. Otherwise, I might not be doing so well right now. I'm not super good with like following like loose concepts in things But it's like this album has been out for years, so I'm gonna let other people do a little bit of the heavy lifting for me just to make my music experience a little bit easier. I love the acoustic guitar in that one, really good. Again, the variety. It's not just super hard rock this whole time. Lots of different things happening that I'm digging. Empty Spaces.
We used to talk, complete the wall.
Jeez. Okay. Next one, Young Lust. Okay. Let's keep just trucking forward. One of my turns.
This place is bigger than our apartment. Let me know when you're entering a room. Can I get a drink of water? Hello? Are you feeling okay?
We pretend it's all right, but I have grown older, and I can feel. Run to the bedroom and the suitcase on the left. When you're late to watch TV, or get between the sheets or come to.
I'm kind of wrapped up in the heat of the moment. I just want to keep going. Don't leave me now. It happens. This is shaping up to be my favorite Pink Floyd so far. I mean, granted, we're almost only halfway, which it's flown by. This doesn't feel as long as it actually is, because it's compelling and it changes up and it keeps you interested. But yeah, I'm digging this. This is really cool, and like the music fits extremely well with the story too. It feels like a soundtrack to what's actually happening. It's very impressive. So, Another Brick in the Wall, Part 3. And then Goodbye Cruel World.
Goodbye, 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 change my mind. Goodbye.
Cool. So I kind of had this like misconception about Another Brick in the Wall. Like, because like part 2 is the one that everyone knows and that made like, you know, the biggest splash. I always thought that Another Brick in the Wall was just a song about like the education system. But no, it's actually about this guy just isolating himself from the world. And that's way more interesting to me. So thank you, album, for correcting my misunderstanding about you. No, this is really cool. This is really cool. I don't know how the second half will hold up, but that first half was pretty solid. There's a lot about it that I liked. Yeah, like it's like a movie. It's like concept-y, a little post-rocky to a small degree, just kind of in, not in like in its actual reality, but just like in kind of concept, you know. It feels like a soundtrack, like, and there's like narration and actual dialogue happening over it. And it's really cool, really compelling. So what do I do now? Do I just keep trucking forward with side 2? Do I take a break? I think I'll just keep going. So, yeah, we're on to the second half here. Hey You.
Hey, you, don't help them to bury the light. Hey, you, I'm coming home. The wall was too high, as you can see. Out there on the road, always doing what you're told.
They really like echoing out the last like line of something into something new. Is anybody out there?
Is there anybody out there? Is there anybody out there?
Fantastic. Man, this is just like subjectively enjoyment wise like miles above all other Pink Floyd I've heard so far. I am digging this. Nobody Home.
Got a little black book with my poems in. Got a bag of teen channels of shit on the TV to choose from. Observation. I got the obligatory. Got a grand piano to prop up my mortal remains. But I got nowhere to fly to. There's still nobody home.
Still great stuff. Let's just keep going. This like third section is really interesting because it's like him in the wall, and then like he'll obviously come out of it at some point. Just looking at the plot up ahead here, this is really interesting moment. Vera.
Does anybody here remember Vera Lynn? Remember how she said that we would meet again? What has become of you?
Maybe. Bring the boys back home. Here we go. Comfortably numb. Longest one.
Anybody in there? Just not if you can hear me. I'll need some information first. There is no pain, you are receding. When I was a child, I had a fever and become comfortably numb. Just a little pinprick. There'll be no more. You are only coming through in waves.
I see why that's a big song. And honestly, it's probably one of my least favorites so far. It's a little long, obviously, got some like hard rock riffs in there. It served its purpose in the story, I'll say that much. Kind of needed to be long in a way, but like as just an individual track, it felt a little too long. The Show Must Go On is the next one. We have how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tracks to go, guys. We're almost done. What we got?
Must the show go on? Am I too old? Is it too late? Go
Someone flushed. It was bound to happen. It's bound to happen. How much time is left on these? I have 20 minutes left. Okay. In the Flesh. Don't you hate it when surprise Nazis? Man, happens all the time. Third time this week. Yeah, that's cool, like reprise of the first track of the album. Obviously, like the compositional elements, and then like the opening line, and then it just like descends into madness. So let's see what Run Like Hell is like. It's got like a new wave vibe to it. Cool song. Had really interesting, forward-thinking elements in it, especially like with 80s music coming up. That's cool. Waiting for the Worms. Are we Beach Boys?
Would you like to see Britannia rule again?
Oh, I like the recurring like themes and like leitmotifs and stuff like that. Really cool. Really cool. 3 tracks left to go, guys. Let's just finish this out. Stop.
I wanna go home. Have to know, have I been guilty all this time?
All right, the trial.
Good morning, worm, your honor. The crown will plainly show the prisoner almost human nature.
It's like a Disney play.
Will not do. Right now, hearts would say, toys in the attic, I am crazy. You little shit, you're in it now. I hope they throw away the key. Him and me alone. There must have been a door there in the wall. The evidence before the court is incontrovertible to vindicate. Since tear down the wall.
last track, Outside the Wall.
The ones who really love you. Some hand in hand. And when they've given you their all, some stagger and fall.
The end. Damn. Jeez. What an album. That was incredible. So I kind of treat it like a movie where it's like this was a very intense movie that I probably won't come back to quite often, but man, that was an experience. That was fantastic. Part of it was probably just like listening fatigue because I've been sitting here for 80 minutes. But towards the end, like waiting for the worms and then into the trial, I'm just kind of like, not only am I like kind of tired of listening to music, but like it's so crazy and intense and absurd and sensational and bombastic that I'm just kind of like, oh, like I'm getting attacked, which is kind of the point. But wow, what a great story. Very poignant, very well told. Some criticisms that could be leveled at it. I don't know if I necessarily feel this way, but I see why people might not love this one as much as some others. It seems a bit silly at times. Granted, that's part of it's definitely built into it. So I'm okay with that. It definitely is sensational to some degrees, but I was hooked like beginning to end pretty much. A few tracks I didn't like, Comfortably Numb, whatever. Waiting for the Worms was probably one of my least favorites as well. Mother seemed a bit long. The second part, if you divide it into 4 parts, second part was probably one of my favorites. Third part was cool. First and last are kind of tied, I think. But yeah, great. Definitely my favorite. Very ambitious for freaking 1979. Wow. I'm going to watch the movie, I think. I'd love to be able to do something on the channel for it though, like react to the movie. I don't know. I don't know how I would do that and avoid copyright stuff. Maybe like put up like a time code of where I'm at in the movie so you guys can watch along too, or like put it in the video but make it really blurred or something. I don't know. I'll have to figure that out. Maybe do a live stream or something. I don't know. But that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Monumental video, I'm sure. Probably 40, 50 minutes at least. But that was good. I liked it. Cool kind of send-off to this era of Pink Floyd. Next Pink Floyd album I do will be Piper at the Gates of Dawn. I believe that's what it's called, right? The Piper at the Gates of Dawn. I got it right. Good. Which was their first album in 1967. Apparently just an awesome psych rock album. So that'll be the next Pink Floyd we'll do. And we'll finish up Cocteau Twins and all will be well with the world. So I do follow-ups to first reactions. So about a week or so after I listen to an album for the first time, I do a follow-up video to say like any new thoughts I have on an album, if my opinion has changed after all the dust has settled. So if you guys want to subscribe to stick around to see what my follow-up will be in a week's time, you can do so. You can comment, you can like, you can go to the Patreon and support the channel. You can go to the Discord and engage in all that stuff. You know the drill. Well, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. That was a pleasant experience for sure. And yes, I will see you in the next video. Fare thee well.